Hey everyone, welcome to the Everyday Human podcast. My name is Easton Taverna. Each day I'll share a reflection written by me and inspired by literature, poetry, music, movies, video games, and more. And after that, I'll share a prompt for you to write your own reflection. Together, we'll explore what it means to be human. Every month, we'll walk a new path, taking a look at life, death, the universe, and everything in between. Thanks for coming along. I'm glad you're here. For more, visit eastontaverna.com or join me on Instagram at _everydayhuman. It is April 20th. How are you doing today? This episode of the Everyday Human is titled Viola Sororia, and it was inspired by a book near and dear to me because it was also written by me. And that book is Lux from the Kingdom of Darkness. I've mentioned this book on previous episodes here and there, and if you know me, you know that I've been working on this for quite a while now. Over 10 years, maybe 12 now. Kind of losing track. But it has been on and off and in between other projects. So it's not like I've been toiling away at the desk for 12 years straight writing this. Although, sometimes it feels that way. I started this soon after my wife and I got married, and I wrote it for her. It's a romantic dark fantasy following the story of an angel named Cygnus and a princess named Lux, and a little homunculus named Wilbur. They are on a journey to restore light to the kingdom of Sylvana, which was thrown into eternal darkness on the night of Princess Lux's birth. To give the quick boiled down, distilled, it's X meets X, which I don't really love doing, but sometimes it helps get the point across on a quick pitch. It's sort of your blend between like Sleeping Beauty and The Legend of Zelda. But it is very much its own thing with a very Easton Taverna flair to it. I did a Kickstarter for it 2 years ago, maybe more, and it's finally nearing completion and fulfillment. And I have to give a shout out and a big thank you to those who backed the book and who have been supportive and oh so very patient as I've been working on finishing it. The book is around 210,000 words or so. The deluxe edition is even longer, with added fairy tales and an appendix. And, of course, I have to thank my wife, Kim, for the inspiration and support over the years. And I have to thank my sister-in-law, Carly, for helping me format this book in not one, but 3, I guess actually 4 if we're counting the EPUB digital version, formats. And a shout out to my friend and collaborator Kay Woolheiser, who did the cover art for the front and back of the paperback and the standard hardcover. As well, she did the interior chapter illustrations, which are fantastic. Ever since I was a kid reading books like Redwall or Lord of the Rings and Narnia, I've wanted those illustrated images at the beginning of each chapter in a fantasy book that I wrote. And now we have it. And I have to say thank you to my other sister-in-law, Candace, for helping to design the deluxe edition cover, the front and back of those, which also has art by Kay, but the design comes from Candace. I actually have a map in the book as well of the Kingdom of Sylvana that I made on a map-making program called Wonder Draft, which is actually really awesome and a lot of fun. People can use it to make maps for their books, their comics, D&D campaigns, whatever. It comes with a lot of assets already. There are some great tutorials online that I found that really helped explain how it works, because it can be a little complicated until you get the hang of it, but it was super fun to make it. I also made some maps for my other fantasy comic, A Guardian. But yeah, it's finally going to be out in the world pretty soon, and that's an exciting and at the same time terrifying feeling. And it never seems to go away. I've done like 10 to 12 books by now, but I guess that's what happens when you make something. When you put it out into the world, it no longer belongs to you, in a manner of speaking. It belongs to the person who then absorbs the work and interprets it however they will. In The Everyday Human, I have a few more quotes from Lux and some other books that I've worked on. I think we've already had one from Samurai Grandpa appear. Yeah, that was February 6th, The Dangers of Being a Necromancer. Here is the quote from Lux from the Kingdom of Darkness. Hours now and miles in. Dribs and drabs of sunlight speckle the path, the blanket of dead leaves covering the ground. Ferns as he goes, blue violets, bleeding hearts, and red trilliums, scattered about by nature's lackadaisical hand. All happy to bloom in the shade, comfortable and content, with what little sunlight they are offered, never wanting more. And here's my reflection. Out by the creek in my backyard, along the edges of the drop-off, you'll find blue violets popping up every step or so around this time of year. They love the shade of the trees growing up on either side of the creek. Over by the shed, too, you'll find them under the old rusted chimenea, heart-shaped leaves and violet flowers content where they are, taking whatever dappled sun breaks through the old fire screen or rusted-out bottom. They're small flowers, but beautiful and strong. And no matter the heat of the summer or cold of winter, they'll find a way back, every year, never looking to steal the show in spring against the daffodils, irises, and tulips, and never looking to outcompete the zinnias and cosmos and dahlias and sunflowers of summer. They are cheerful and fulfilled, it would seem, satisfied with their lot in life, their place in the world. They do not ask to be moved into the sun or to be watered on the 90-degree days. They take the wind and the rain and the sun as it comes, and they are happy. When they first come up in the spring, I stop, crouch down, and take a moment to look at them. And then I thank them for teaching me so much. And there ends today's reflection. Right now there are still a lot of these little flowers, but they are starting to fade, drop off, and turn to seed. And when they do that, the plants themselves, the leaves start to grow larger and taller, and they do make very beautiful plants still at the same time. We have quite a bit on the side of the house, in the backyard, and by the creek, like I wrote in the reflection, and I really do love these. They are something that I look forward to every year, especially when we get to winter, and I start to have enough of that, and I get the itch to get back outside and in the garden. They never disappoint. Lovely little things. Happy and content with where they are. And now it's time for your reflection question. While you are looking at flowers in your backyard, or writing in your journal, or considering while you look out the window, ask yourself the following. Am I content with what I'm given, like the blue violet, or am I always wanting more? How can I learn to be happy in my shade? And that's it for today, April 20th. I'll be back tomorrow, April 21st, with another reflection. Have a good one. Take care.